Hey ladies, today is Sunday, May 24th, 2020. As you can, 45 weeks postpartum. As you can see, I'm rocking my au natural hair. You can even see my gray, which is crazy. Because I have a lot of gray. I've been graying since I was like probably my early 20s. So in the front, I'm just like, I have so much gray. Anyway, um, but it is what it is. I've decided, even though I don't know when I'm going to implement it, but I decided that I am going to start to wear my natural hair for Michaela's sake so that as she grows up, she learns to love her own hair and her body but that's a big adjustment for me because I have never liked to wear my hair in its natural state and I love it, but I don't. If I'm being honest, I love seeing so many women do it nowadays. Like when I was growing up, no one did it. So you had no idea how to take care of your hair. But now so many women do it. So that's, great. I always used to say if my hair was longer, I'd do it. And my hair is actually quite long now and I still don't want to do it. Um, so I don't know. It's one, well, it's a lot of reasons. One is a lot of work. So any of my natural ladies out there know that is a lot of work, to keep it looking nice. Um, and two, I've always been self-conscious about it. I know it's 2020 and so many women do it now and it looks beautiful and I commend everyone, but I just so haven't had the courage to do it. So this is like the first time ever that I'm like wearing my hair in its natural state. And again, this is probably temporary. So just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, whatever. So anyway, on to Michaela. So what's going on now? So she has been rejecting bottles lately or not drinking as much milk. Let me put it that way. Now, if you recall, I struggled to get her to latch very early on, and then eventually she did. And then we were doing both breast and bottle feedings, and she used to drink formula because I was mixed feeding with formula for a while, but then I stopped that and I had to build up to only doing breast milk, which I was able to do, thank God. And then because she wouldn't drink formula anymore, but she loved breast milk, like loved breast milk. But now she won't drink breast milk out of a bottle. So I know she is 10 months and I think they recommend between 12 and 18 months that you should get rid of bottles anyway. So I guess maybe she's making it a little easier for me. But I personally wasn't ready, if that makes sense. And maybe she's ready, but I wasn't ready. And I still haven't found a new way to get her to drink milk because regardless, she still has to drink the milk. Now, yes, I can nurse, but, you know, I'm working from home now, but if I have to go back in the office, whenever, I'm going to need her to drink pumped and express milk as well. I also keep express milk in the refrigerator as well in the freezer. So I'm going to want to use that. So I still need to get her to drink it. So it could be like out of a cup. Well, we don't do sippy cups. We did do the Magic 360 cup. I showed you guys that a few videos ago. And she loves that, but she only drinks water out of that. So far, that has been for water and the bottle has been milk. She knows bottle or breast milk. That is water. So on Friday, I tried for the first time to give her milk out of the cup. It didn't go too well. I mean, she drank it, but she, just like she drinks her water, she takes 1, 2 sips, puts it down, and she's crawling off to do the next thing. So it wasn't like when she drank her bottles, because it used to be when she drinks her bottles, she would guzzle them down. So now she's not guzzling the bottles down. She take 1 or 2 sips of the for milk from the bottle, and she put the from the cup, and she's put the cup down. She's off crawling off here. She's crawling off there. I try to pick her up and get her to drink it. Again, 1 or 2 sips, and she's trying to get on my arms to go crawl around, to go do whatever, to be a pain in the butt and get into something. So I'm like, okay, so what do we do? So the cup isn't, I mean, is that what people do? I don't know. Is that what the next transition, to put it in a cup over the bottle? But you know, she's already reduced the amount of milk she drinks. Like when I originally was doing 4 bottles a day, I've reduced it to 3, and I reduced that now to 2. But I have been trying to nurse in place of that. So especially since I'm home. So normally right now she gets two 6-ounce bottles of milk, and she nurses. Now my understanding at this age is that they still need 24 to 32 ounces of milk. But I did also hear and read, but who knows whether that's true, that closer to a year you could start to lower the milk. So she gets two 6-ounce bottles, so I know she at least gets 12 ounces from that. And then she nurses. So she nurses to whatever she wants. So I could not tell you how many ounces she actually gets in a day. But she's still growing, so, and gaining weight and eating food, so I figure it's fine. But I'm not sure how to get her the rest of the milk, express the milk into her, especially going forward. Just because we passed a year doesn't mean I'm going to stop breastfeeding. I think I would like to use my milk over cow milk, or use my milk and cow milk, or some other milk. But I also, it's just to supplement my milk if necessary. But right now, I don't even know if it's going to be necessary. So, because she seems to get her fill just from my milk. But um, I'm just trying to figure out how to get her to express milk. And it kind of would be the same thing if it was cow milk or another milk. She's been introduced to coconut milk, almond milk. She has not, of course, had cow milk because she's not a year old yet, but she has had dairy products such as yogurt and cheese. And, once upon a time, she used to drink formula, which was made with cow milk. So she does not have a dairy issue. So there's that. But I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know what to put it in. If I do the cup, she'll only just drink 1 or 2 sips. She'll put it down, go away, and, is that enough? Should I just like put in the fridge? But you can't keep rewarming it, so I don't know. I have no idea. Or do I not warm it? Just give it to her cold? But breast milk separates, so I really don't know. If you know, let me know. I really don't know. Like, other than nursing, she's made it very difficult. Getting those 2 bottles in her day has become very difficult. So, but she nurses well. So, I mean, during the day, she gets distracted and wants to do something else, but she's still Well, this brings to the next issue. She still nurses at night. I know they're not supposed to at this point. I know they're not supposed to nurse to sleep. I know they're not supposed to nurse in the middle of the night, but she still does. She doesn't nurse to sleep as much, but she does nurse in the middle of the night. And it's all connected, right? Because she's still sleeping with me. Now, up until about 6 months, Michaela very rarely slept with me, here and there, or she slept at least most of the night in her bed and then would sleep with me for a little bit. But I was really not on board with that, because I sleep better when she's knowing she's safe and sound in her crib. But around 6 months, we went through this thing where she ended up getting a fever. I think it was from teething. I really don't know. We took her to the doctor. They couldn't figure out why. There was nothing wrong with her. All her tests came back normal. So I was just like, I kept her with me because she wasn't feeling well, and I wanted to make sure she was fine. And then that was 4 months ago. So I haven't been able to get her back in her bed, and I don't know what to do. I know people would just say, just put her in her bed and let her scream, but the girl will scream. She'll scream until she chokes. She'll scream until she's hoarse. She'll scream until, my little black girl is red. She will scream. And, I did the faces, all the snots, and I know they all do that. I just can't. And if you can, you're better than me. I can't. I just can't let her go through that. So I ended up picking her up, and there it is. She won. So sleep training has not been a thing for me. That has gone well. So I don't know. So this is where we are. So now I'm trying to think like, okay, do I, she was sleeping in her bed. She wouldn't be nursing at night. But I don't know if that has anything to do with her not drinking the bottles during the day, because she's been, again, 4 months and she was always taking the bottles. This is a recent phenomenon where she's decided that she doesn't want to drink bottles as much. So, and then these last couple of days, she started teething it. Well, I mean, I guess she's in perpetual teething mode until they all grow in, right? But she's cutting her fifth tooth, which is the lower. So she has the middle two top and the middle two bottom. So now on the right side, she's getting the one that's like adjacent to the I think it's central incisor. I think that's what it is. It's one of the incisors, but it's the one that's right next to the middle two, but on the right side, outer right side. So, she hadn't been sleeping well at all because of that night. So again, she was with me. I'm trying to comfort her. She's tossing and turning and groaning and moaning all night. I started the last 2 nights, gave her Tylenol, thinking that would help. I've been trying chamomile tea, and she never took to the frozen washcloth. Plenty of people told me about frozen washcloth. That never worked for us. Cold teethers, hit or miss. That gel that I don't use Oral-B gel, but Zarby makes a gel. Some people love it. You gotta do what works for you. That never really did much for us. Matter of fact, I could never get it on her tooth or area, because every time she just basically eats it. It's like a jelly gel. It's not like a glide on well gel. It's more like a jelly gel. So I end up, I used to try to massage her gums with it. I put it on teethers. Anything I do, she ultimately just eat it off and look at like, what's this about? She finds it tasty, if that's a benefit. But I don't know if it's ever really done anything. But chamomile is supposed to. So if you can get your child to suck on a washcloth that is frozen with chamomile tea, or, some chamomile tea, that might help. Michaela doesn't like the washcloth thing. So I don't know. She's not easy with this. I just purchased a new teether, a vibrating teether. We'll see how that works out from Amazon. So we'll see how that works. But, there's good things about her not wanting to drink as many bottles, because I've hated pumping. I've been doing it since her birth, and it has always been a necessary evil. And I'm hoping to honestly give up pumping, and maybe I could still just nurse. But then, if I have to go back in the office at any point, then I need her to still have expressed milk. But then maybe I could just use cow milk and then just give her breast milk from my breast, and let her drink cow milk instead of pumping. As you can see, my trusty pump is sitting behind me with his little rubber band on it, because at this point the thing don't stay closed. This is the Medela pumping style. Doesn't stay closed, sits behind me. And sitting behind me. I haven't pumped today, and I'll get back to it tomorrow, I guess. Today I think I'm just going to nurse. But ladies, I don't know. Has anyone else baby just decided they don't want bottles anymore? Or, I'm not sure what we do. But I mean, again, I should be happy about it, I guess, because like I said, I can pump less. I could pump not at all. Give her cow milk. There's nothing wrong with cow milk. Listen, I was breastfed personally for 2 years. My mom breastfed me. So I would like to get to 2 years. But, and thank God we've gotten to almost a year, and she doesn't drink any formula at all. So, and that has been for at least the last, I don't know. I think she started rejecting more formula around 4 months, and maybe a little bit before then. She was always hit or miss. But in the very beginning, that's all she had, really. She had most formula and then little breast milk. Then it became more half and half. Then it became mostly breast milk and then a little formula. Then she's like, no more formula. So it's funny how we just transitioned, more so dictated by her. If she was more interested in formula, I probably would have done more formula, but she gave that up many months ago. So I wouldn't drink it. Didn't matter what brand. So thank God I was able to step up my breast milk game to meet that. But now, I just don't know how to taper it off, I guess. But I know, I want to give her at least, definitely need to finish this year and then do another year at least of her getting breast milk. Not in the same way, but still getting some breast milk. So, you could pump and just do cups, because I know some people have a problem with older children still nursing and find it weird. I find those people weird. I mean, I'm not talking about to 9, 10, but a 2-year-old still nursing is fine. I mean, in New York State, you get up to 3 years protected pump rights at work. Therefore, they are saying, and again, who cares what the law says, but I'm just saying, they are saying that, 3 years of giving your child breast milk, they're willing to protect. So 3 years of breastfeeding and nursing shouldn't be odd to anybody. More power to any woman who pumps for 3 years, because 3 years of pumping, Jesus. But, nursing I see is totally different. And for you guys who have been able to nurse, you know that nursing, who does both knows that nursing is better than pumping. Or at least I think it is. There probably are some women out there who feels that pumping is better than them. Because not everyone loves the way that nursing feels. I don't necessarily love it, especially with the teeth. We had a sweet spot where, she had no teeth. She nursed. I had no pain. It was great. But back now that she has teeth, she doesn't always latch on correctly. So if she does, you're not supposed to feel the teeth. But then, even if she does not latch on correctly, sometimes when she falls off to sleep, she bites down and is like, get off me. So, but yeah, when you become a mom, it makes you appreciate your mom and moms so much more. It really does. But anyway, ladies, that is my update. I'm just at a loss of what to do. So, with the milk thing, but we'll figure it out. We always do. We'll do something. Something will work. Have no choice. So, all right, ladies, I will talk to you soon. I don't know. We'll be thinking about the hair thing. Yeah, this is it. I literally only use castor oil on my hair, by the way. Only castor oil. I decided one day, I was like, you know what? I was putting all different types of oils. I make my own oils. And I used to make my own shampoo and pre-poos and co-poos and all these other poos. And then I decided to, or co-wash, sorry. But then I decided to start buying shampoos and pre-poos and co-washes. Because there's so many brands out there that are great. And I decided to just save myself time, especially with the baby, to just start buying them, because there's lots of good brands out there. And, that's sulfate free, that's 100% natural, that's made for naturals. Even some of and I haven't used any of them, but even some of the like major brands like Suave and Pantene and Garnier Fructis and all of them, the more mainstream brands, and Head and Shoulders, I think like they started with a more ethnic friendly line. So, check them out, check out the ingredients. You may love them. I don't know. But there's so many independent and Black owned ones as well. So that, are making great products for us. So, I stopped making my own washing products, but I still was making my own hair oil because it was a lot easier for me. And I knew exactly what was in it and moisturizing and putting it every day. Now I don't wash my hair every day, so I was putting it in every day. And then, I met a girl on the train who I saw her, and she had the most beautiful braid I think I'd ever seen. And I went up to her and I was like, listen, your hair is gorgeous. And she just laughed and was so taken by the compliment. And, sometimes you don't do those things, but it's like, you go up and compliment, it's nothing weird about it. And I just was like, listen, I don't know what you're doing, but keep it up. And she told me that she pretty much just uses castor oil in her hair. And I think she was using Jamaican black castor oil. So she told me that, and I said, oh, that's great. And then I just filed it away and still wasn't doing it. And then one day I said, well, because I don't really wear my hair out. So I was just like, I don't wear it like in this natural concoction. So I was just like, I'm going to just do what I've been doing. And so then one day I was like, why am I not just using castor oil? So I started with castor oil. Now I do not only use Jamaican black castor oil, but I do only use castor oil. Now I tend to use the the regular one, the light one. Now, the difference between the light one and the Jamaican black is the Jamaican black has more ash, which is why it's black in it, in the roasting process of the castor nuts, beans, whatever. And so what also, Jamaican black is thicker. Now, if you know castor oil, you know it's like sticky anyway. Jamaican black is slightly thicker. I also use it on my skin, on my face. It helps with growing your eyebrows, your eyelashes. It will make your eyelashes very long, and you probably can't see them with the glasses. And I'm not saying it necessarily has worked on that because it's a slow process. And sometimes I forget, to be honest, but it's supposed to moisturize your skin very well in addition to your hair and, reduce fine lines and wrinkles. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to go straight castor oil and see how that works. So, that's what I've been doing. I do think it helped to grow my hair a lot because I use it in my hair all the time. And I've been doing it now for probably 2 months, just castor oil. So I think I'll continue with that. And, I need to be more consistent. I try to put it on my face every time I put it in my hair, but for some reason, sometimes I forget. But, put on my eyelashes and eyebrows and stuff. But all right, ladies, that's it. So I will talk to you soon. Take care. Stay safe.